Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure of the Common Game. Today, we're going to talk about, in deck number 533, we're going to talk about Diana, Princess of Themyscira. That's right, this is Wonder Woman. Look at the art. Anyway. Siona, Captain of the Pyleas. For 3 mana, we get a human soldier, 2/2. When Siona enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards. That's a pretty deep dig. Of your library, you may reveal an aura, put it into your hand, the rest on the bottom in a random order. Now, whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature you control, create a 1/1 soldier. So, we're obviously playing green-white auras. Aura becomes attached to a creature you control. So it's got to be your aura, your creature. So our pacifism on your opponents won't work to get a soldier. So we want to play. Well, we're in green and white, so there are certain things that we are doing. Obviously we are going deep into auras, which means enchantments. All the enchantresses, and I know right now there's a ton of enchantress decks being built. I feel like I've built more than my fair share, but that's just what the cards we have that they're printing kind of lead us toward. Mesa Enchantress, Verduran Enchantress. We got this new Setessan Champion. The Maya Enchantress doesn't draw us a card, but it does get +1 for each enchantment on the battlefield, so that's pretty strong. We're going to play a Johnny's Chosen, which is going to give us a cat every time we cast an aura. And then, if it's an aura, we can attach it to the token. That's pretty sweet. Bramble Elemental to get more tokens. Every time you put a aura on it, you get 2 saps. Blessed Spirits, creepy, cast enchantment, it gets a counter. The Fleetfoot Panther is in there because it has flash, it's a save my commander type thing, or save whatever that creature is. Your aura spells, with Transcendent Envoy, your aura spells cost 1 less, so that's oddly specific and neat. Of course, we're running Renata because she's an enchantment herself. All those extra tokens, all your creatures are going to enter with the +1/+1 counter on them. By default, she's got some, big power. Elderwood Scion, 4/4 trample lifelink, but spells that target it cost 2 less to cast, and spells that your opponent cast to target it cost 2 more. So our auras are cheap when they're on this one. Nylea's Forerunner passes out trample, and it's an enchantment, so it triggers off all the enchantment things. The Destiny Spinner, creature and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. Oh yeah, and it makes a land sick huge. So look, I forgot the Enchantress is present. I'm only running like 3 straight out enchantments, and that's Enchantress's Presence, to get that other card draw. The Omen of the Hunt, which this is an enchantment land fetch. We can leave it out there afterwards or whatever, and, Sigil of the Empty Throne because, 4/4 flying. So, wow, we're making soldiers and sapperlings and angels and cats. We might accidentally go wide. But let's look at our ramp, shall we? Only running 1 fetch, which is the Rapid Growth. But Wild Growth, Utopia Sprawl, Abundant Growth, Fertile Ground, Llanowar Elf, and Ilson Caryatid, which is more than likely, most of the time, going to produce 2 mana for us, right? Sigarda's Aid is kind of a necessity. Oh, I'm sorry. That is a regular enchantment, isn't it? So that's 4. Your auras have flash. Wow, yeah. 3 Dreams is going to go tutor us up some auras. Now, Flicker of Fate, just being able to blink your commander, I don't foresee having a hard time finding auras or drawing auras, but if we are specifically digging for one, we might need a second ETB trigger from her. Well, let's look at some of these auras, shall we? I did finally get a Rancor. Mask of Law and Grace. Protection from our 2 enemy colors. I mean, that seems good. Now, Imperial Armor doesn't see a lot of love because typically white is not your card drawing color, and getting +1 for each card in your hand in a white deck isn't that much. But as much Enchantress shenanigans as we have going on, I figured I would try it. Maybe we might actually need a, some no-max hand size things, which are not in here. We have now Vow of Wilderness is not going to trigger. It'll trigger your enchantment stuff, but it won't get you the soldier from Wonder Woman, mainly because it's not something that you. Okay, here we go. We're just going to roll through some of these. Armadillo Cloak, Unflinching Courage, Battle Mastery for that double strike. Face of Divinity is my stand-in for that really expensive one from Future Sight. Lure. Slap a lure on a token and get through with everything else. That sounds pretty sweet. Ancestral Mask had to be in here, of course. Mantle of the Wolf. Bear Umbra to untap some lands. Not Sigil of the Nyan Gods. +1/+1 for each creature you control. Now, this is as many token creators as we've got. This is big game right here. Shield of the Oversoul. Wonder Woman's going to have her shield, and it's pretty amazing. 2/2 flying indestructible on a green-white creature. But check these out. The Mage Mark cycle from Guild Pact. Now, these don't get a whole lot of love. They all have that line of creatures you control that are enchanted. Right? That is awesome. Now, this one has flash, but creatures you control that are enchanted get +1/+1. The green one, Beastmaster's Mage Mark, of course, has the creatures you control that are enchanted. Even if there's no enchantments on them, that's what makes it awesome. But this one, it gets bigger when they block it. Pattern of Rebirth. Here again, this creature dies, I'm going to go get my Elderwood Scion. That's exactly how that's going to happen. All That Glitters. Another amazing card in this deck. Shielded by Faith. Now, Shielded by Faith is beautiful because it's perfect. Perfect for Siona. You cast it targeting one of your creatures, you get a soldier. Whenever you get another creature in, like, say, that soldier, you cast it on her, you get a soldier. The soldier comes in, it enters the battlefield, you attach Shielded by Faith to the new token. It meets the criteria. And aura you control has and it's infinite little soldier tokens. Not really infinite. You can stop it. It doesn't cause the game draw. You can stop it at any time. You can choose not to. But to build up, if you're lucky enough to get this out the turn after her, that could get sick nasty in a hurry. We got Griffin Guide. Grants it flying. We have Unquestioned Authority. It replaces itself just by itself, and then it has protection from creatures, so they can't be blocked or whatever. But then we got the big Hydra's Growth is amazing. I gotta get Jimmy a copy of this card for his Hydra deck, or put one in my Hydra deck, or one of all 4 of my Hydra decks apparently. But you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, and then you double, during your upkeep. We have Epic Proportions, +5 in trample. Now that's an aura. Wormweaver Coil, +6. And in a pinch, you can sack it to get a worm. And of course, Mythic Proportions. I think I'm close to being out of these. I'm not sure. Been kind of waiting on the perfect decks and I figure an aura deck is probably right where it needs to be. Now, Crown of the Ages is another good one to move around those enchantments, because every time you move it, it attaches to another creature you control. It's gonna spit out another human soldier, so that's neat. Crystal Chimes is going to get our enchantments back when they die. Overrun is a necessity in this when we're generating this many tokens. Cloud Shift, another blink effect for our commander. Let's look at our removal, shall we? Wow, I'm not running Disenchant in this deck. Because I'm running Seal of Cleansing. Seal of Cleansing, it's a disenchant with no surprise value now, but it's going to trigger all your enchantment synergies, which is, same thing as Seal of Primordium. Demystify, Mystic Repeal, and I know this is the third deck I've used this card in. I can't get over it. It's an amazing card. Stasis Snare, Kenris Transformation, Trapped in a Tower. Now, Forced Worship is really good because it has that ability to bring it back to your hand and recast in the event that you just need the card draw that bad to get all you need more tokens or whatever have you. Those are options. Return to Nature and Nature's Chant. Now we're going to look at lands. Let's see here. Got the new Temple of Plenty in there. Cycle Slippery Karst. Vitu-Ghazi to make some more tokens. Tranquil Expanse, Grey Pelt Refuge, the Guild Gate, Evolving Wilds, and the two panoramas. Naya Panorama, because it does get a forest or a plains. There's no mana symbols on this, so we can play it. Same way with the Bant Panorama. To go get a forest or a plains. And I kind of like these because they tap for colorless by themselves, so you don't necessarily have to take a turn off. You can wait, until you can. So that is Siona. I'm actually excited to play this one. Really, I am. I might end up playing this one. I plan on playing it a couple days ago. Since I am pre-recording a lot of these. But that is Siona. Oh, I put her in there upside down, didn't I? Can't have that. She was morphed in the deck box. But that is number 533. Let's go put it on the wall. Moving right along through Theros. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. And right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.